A quick breaking traffic news we want to get to right now. This is a look at Raymond and Shelby Street, south of downtown. Police investigating a serious crash there. The white car was actually stuck underneath that flatbed semi. You can see crews are working on removing that car, the wreckage from underneath the semi, putting it onto that tow truck. The driver of the white car was taken to the hospital. We're working to learn their condition. We also know that they just reopened eastbound Raymond Street. So you can go east on Raymond, but otherwise that intersection remains closed. We're going to keep checking on that situation. Once we learn more, we'll update you right here on 13 News at noon and online as well. Yeah, absolutely. To the weather impact now, Rob. Yep. If you are heading downtown for the game tonight, Marina mentioned you're going to bundle up.
Yeah. It really is going to cool down quickly. It's actually quite pleasant out there during the afternoon for what we would expect heading towards the end of October. Temperatures expected to get into the 50s, but once the sun goes down, we're going to dive. I mean, it's like a rock. Probably our coldest night of the season so far. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s currently. They're headed upward, so we're expecting the temperatures to get into the mid to upper 50s. There could be a 60 around the area, especially farther to the south, but we had to overcome cool temperatures this morning. Now, the bigger picture here is that we've got clear skies in place. There's not a whole lot moving our way to change things up, at least in the short term. So for the rest of the day, expect those temperatures to be in the 50s for most of the afternoon. It will be a little bit on the breezy side, but nowhere near as breezy as what it was yesterday. Once those breezes calm down during the evening, in order to reach our optimum cooling, we need clear skies, we need very light winds, and we need dry conditions. We will have all three of those things in place so that those 50s during the afternoon are very quickly going to cool down. So 56 is what we're expecting for our daytime high temperature. Again, there could be a couple of locations where the temperatures make it up to 60 degrees. Wouldn't that be nice? And then we'll cool it down. Now we're putting 33 as our overnight low temperature here for Indy, but on a night like this, it tends to stay much warmer than surrounding areas. So I think we could see low 30s and maybe even some upper 20s across the area. And because of that, we've got our first freeze warning of the season in place. Temperatures expected to get down to or below freezing. Tomorrow we start to warm things up a little bit more. We've got the weekend forecast coming up and some rain in the 7-day. I'll show you that in just a few.
Battle over congressional redistricting here in Indiana and the intense fight heating up within the Republican Party. Former Governor Mitch Daniels now weighing in with an editorial posted in the Washington Post, and he's urging GOP lawmakers here to resist pressure from the White House to redraw the boundary lines. In the piece, Daniels writes, "I don't underestimate the pressure Indiana's leaders are under, and I empathize with them in the predicament they face, but I hope they'll quietly and respectfully pass on this idea." He goes on to say, "Their duty is to the citizens and the future of our state, not to a national political organization or a temporary occupant of the White House." That statement again from former Governor Mitch Daniels. Just yesterday, Senate Republicans revealed they don't have the votes right now to redraw the congressional maps this year. The White House has been leaning on Republican states like Indiana to redistrict to try and pick up some Republican seats in next year's midterm election. Supporters argue that across the country, Democrat-controlled states have gerrymandered their districts, and so Republican states should do the same to balance the map. Governor Braun is the one who would have to call a special session for lawmakers to vote on this. He has said he won't do that unless there is broad support for it. Yesterday, he told us they're getting close.
To do it and get the mechanics done, we can't, you could push it and then have to scramble. I'm not going to do that. All I can tell you is we're getting close.
Last week, President Trump got on the phone to talk with lawmakers. Vice President Vance has traveled here twice to do the same. But there have also been several rallies with thousands of Hoosiers urging lawmakers not to do it. 7 of Indiana's 9 congressional districts are already Republican. An appeals court has granted convicted killer Richard Allen's lawyers more time to put together his appeal. You may remember Allen was transferred to a prison in Oklahoma. Well, Allen's team says that has complicated communication with him. So now a judge is giving them 55 days to file the appellate brief to move ahead with this appeal case. Allen is currently serving a 130-year sentence for the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German in Delphi back in 2017. We followed this case extensively over the past 8.5 years. You can see all of our coverage at WTHR.com/Delphi. A trial date is now set for Fox Sports analyst Mark Sanchez. The 38-year-old is facing felony battery, public intoxication, and other misdemeanor charges. Police say Sanchez was stabbed back on October 4th after attacking a 69-year-old truck driver in a downtown Indy alley. Sanchez did not appear in Marion County Court yesterday, but his attorneys did. They say both men are still recovering, and that could have an effect on the case schedule. For now, the trial is set for December, but prosecutors are doubtful the case will be ready by then. Right now, Sanchez is out on bond, allowed to return home to California. He's been off the air since it happened. We are now at the 23-day mark of the federal government shutdown, and as it continues, thousands of Hoosier parents say they're worried about feeding their children. Families receiving SNAP benefits have been told funding may stop next month if this shutdown continues. And they say that has them feeling like collateral damage here. That includes Samantha Bandy. She's a working single mom with a medical condition. She's balancing a job, raising kids, and struggling to make ends meet. Bandy says this came at a terrible time for her family. Her rent just went up. She's also recovering from surgery and starting physical therapy.
Everybody's situation is unique, and it's not a fun thing to need food stamps. Being in poverty and all that, it's not something that, at least not me, that I want to be in. And programs like this have just had a huge impact and help for me.
We spoke with Emily Bryant with Feeding Indiana's Hungry earlier this week. She says Indiana starts issuing benefits on the 5th of the month, which gives Hoosiers a little more wiggle room than some other states. The Indianapolis Colts, our Colts, sporting the NFL's best record right now at 6-1. They're hosting the Tennessee Titans on Sunday, and this week's opponent has won only one game this season. The Titans have the worst point differential in the NFL. They fired their coach this month. Still, the Colts cannot take anything for granted here, and division games hit harder. The Colts beat the Titans decisively in Tennessee during Week 3, so we'll see if they can do it again Sunday afternoon. Kickoff is at 4:25 here at home at Lucas Oil Stadium.